So welcome back to WCCF Tech TV, everyone. It's Keith once again, and today we're going to take a look at a new keyboard from Cooler Master, one that we saw back at CES, the SK650. So this is a very slim keyboard. There's a very low profile. In fact, that's kind of the theme here, low profile. It actually features the new low profile Cherry MX red switches, and even the keycaps are fairly low profile. They have a very small curvature to them, so not a real deep concave. So it keeps it a very smooth feel, and it looks really good on a desk. And another thing is, of course, it has everybody's favorite, full RGB support. That is everybody's favorite, right? But one of the things that it does implement with RGB is a nice little line around the entirety of the keyboard that syncs up with the keys that it goes across. So if one side is blue, that side's blue, the other side's red, that side's red, and it just adds a nice little touch to it. But it's not a distracting touch. Like, I almost didn't even realize it was going on whenever I was using it. Kind of had to do this double take to see it. But it does come packed in with a USB-C connector, so it is a removable USB cable for it, so the USB Type-C, so that you can just reach behind and plug the thing in. You don't even have to pay attention to which way it is. It'll just go either way. So that's definitely a welcome touch. One touch that I didn't like, that I'm going to mention again later, is that it doesn't have adjustable feet, and I'm really not a big fan of that. So would it be nice to see a keyboard on this class have that? But now I've talked enough about it. Let me get out of the way and let's take a look at the actual keyboard itself. All right, folks, so here it is. This is the Cooler Master SK650 in all of its purple glory. If there's a little bit of a blur to my hands, I do apologize. I had to adjust the shutter speed to keep it from flickering too much due to the LEDs. So again, really smooth keycaps. They're not raised. There's a little bit of a cave to it, a little bit of a swoop. Really not really a deep cave, but it's super clean. There's not anything extra on here. I've come to really appreciate a very clean keyboard. There was a time when I wanted a big, heavy, bulky keyboard, but this thing is super light, but it's got enough grip here to where I'm hitting it from either side and it's barely budging on the disc. So if you're using it like in an office environment, it's going to be great for that. The keycaps, it does come with a key puller, but these are real easy to remove to show the low profile Cherry MX reds. Super tiny off in there, and we'll get to an audio test here in just a moment so that you can hear what they sound like. One of the things about this keyboard that I really like is another thing, other than the fact that it has a nice aluminum finish on the top and it is very professional looking, and there's a nice LED bar that goes all the way around the outside that's very understated but adds a bit of flair to the keyboard. That's wasn't even something I even noticed at CES. I completely didn't notice it there, but it's got nice low profile chiclet style shaped keycaps. They're very slim, they're not bulky, it's very tight feeling. So there's no additional macro keys around, but there are macro keys here that you can program. So you got a couple of macro keys there that you can program. And the one thing that I really like is that you don't have to install any software. I don't like software for keyboards, mice, and I know a lot of companies have those, but you don't have to have it here. So I'm going to do this as if though you don't install any of the software. So of course you got to hook it up with the braided USB-C connector. So nice little connector there. You don't have to worry about plugging it in or out or which direction. You just reach back there, plug it in, and you're good to go. And that does allow it to be pretty portable. Or if you're closing up shop for the evening and you want to put your keyboard in your drawer and you don't want anybody jacking with your computer, do that. So what I want to do is go through some of the lighting stuff real quick just to show you. You'll hit the little Cooler Master button here, and you'll notice these change up here. So these are your red, green, blue, and your cycle. So you can cycle through different colors. Makes it super simple and turns it off. But if you want to go in and you want to adjust the colors, you can go in and completely adjust the red, blue. So you can do it on your own without having to do anything. But it does have a bunch of built-in cycles. So let's go through some of those real quick just to look at it. So of course, you know, your typical light cycling through here there. You got this one where it kind of like lights up as you're going. We're going to keep going through here. Solid color, but changes to white, so changes while you're typing. This is, of course, your first-person shooter mode, you know, WASD, and the keys that you would play with are all lit up while everything else is, I wonder what N is for. I guess it depends on the game. Change it here, and you see here it kind of comes and fades all over the place. Go to another one. This is off. We got nothing. Pitch black. I like it that way sometimes. Oh, it's like raindrops. Okay, I'll take that back. So this is where it cycles through colors and drives you crazy. This is where it fades in, fades out. You can take these, for example, you can speed it up. You can reverse the order, but there's no real order there. So we'll go to the next one. See, ooh. Those are fun, but I don't really like using them. This is kind of fun, got a little flowery. So as you're typing, just lights up right there. A little bit of a lightning effect. Of course, this one shoots it back and forth. Let's see. Here's our spiral. This is one where we can show you how you can change the directions. So you can make it go whichever direction you want, speed it up, or slow it down. There's actually one on here that's just the same thing again. Let's see if I can find it. And it's a ripple. Everybody likes a ripple. This is a fun one. So this is, you can actually play Snake on your keyboard. They've done this in the past, but I am no good at it like this. It's a fun thing to play with some of your friends with, or if you're bored. So then it turns off, completely off. This one is off. And then back on where you can pick your color. So we're gonna go back to purple. And I'm gonna lean in and give it a bit of a typing test. So these are the low profile Cherry MX Reds. And here we go. I'm leaning in pretty close here so you can see my head in the camera. So you can see there it is fairly quiet. I mean, you can make it loud if you want to smash on it, but super quiet, super simple to operate, very solid keyboard, and that's the keyboard itself. So one of the other things I wanted to mention that I didn't, and I always keep forgetting to because it's actually missing from it, is there are no feet. There are no adjustments. So the angle that it's at is just what you get. So let's jump back and talk about this in the conclusion real quick. Well, there you have it, guys. That was the SK650 from Cooler Master. Now, the software that we didn't take a look at does expand on the color selections that you can do, so the per key lighting, and it does add a few extra options like that. So if you want all those things, the software should be fine. I didn't run it, so I'm not really sure on that one, but it's a really nice keyboard. Again, the only real drawback to it is the lack of adjustable feet on the bottom. Seems like a really weird thing, but I guess to keep it as slim as it does come in a nice case so that you can slide it in there, take it with you. Actually would have been really useful at CES. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the Cooler Master SK650 down in the comment section below. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so that we don't miss you in the next one.